hunted. Alternating between hopping and sliding, they can reach speeds of 15 miles per hour through the heavy snow. They'll need that speed as they search for a new fishing hole. And predators are abound. While the otter family struggles against the cold and snow, wolves thrive. In these conditions, they're top dog. But winter brings territorial disputes, and at times, unbridled savagery. This is when strong packs expand and weak packs die off. The Druid pack once reigned supreme in this area, only to wither in recent years as Molly's pack has taken the throne. But with success comes problems, and Molly's pack already finds itself in turmoil. Rival packs are constantly on the lookout for new territory. Recently, a pack of 15 wolves traveled 40 miles outside of their territory to take on another pack. Securing territory is key to their survival. More land means more hunting grounds. In winter, elk is the main thing on the menu for this pack. %90 of their diet is elk during this cold period. An elk cow has been separated from the harem. And even with strength in numbers, fighting off a wolf pack is a hero's task. The wolves move on to high ground, and when the sun goes down, they will strike. When they do, they'll announce it to the world. The wolves' ability to hunt elk doesn't just keep them well fed, it keeps the park in balance. By thinning out oversized elk populations and cutting down the weak and sick among them, they leave stronger, more resilient elk herds behind. The elk cow has made a good meal, but it's not enough. It's never enough. These wolves need more calories in the winter. Moving through heavy snow and maintaining body heat requires more energy. So they're on the prowl for more, and always will be. Like I said, it's an easy place to visit, tough place to live. He typically prowls the conifer forest of Yellowstone, but desperate times call for desperate measures. As lovely as the sight is, as lucid and clean the fallen snow, I can't help but think of the chaos that winter brings with it. Ever been to a bonfire? You notice how when you first show up, people are all spread out. Maybe there's a few around the fire, but you got some people over here and you got another group over there. Then it gets late and night grows cold. Eventually, every last person is huddled around that fire. That down there, that's a bonfire. When it gets warmer, the animals spread out and make their way up the ranges all the way to the peaks. Then when the snow comes, they head back down to the valleys seeking refuge. Creatures that have absolutely no interest in being friends huddle around that fire. When it gets 30, 40 degrees below zero, that fire dims and they huddle even closer. That's when all hell breaks loose. The large herds that graze the valleys in spring and summer have broken into smaller groups as they migrate toward the lower elevations. And no one is more aware of this than the wolves who track these smaller herds as they migrate towards the bonfire. These bison have traveled 40 miles to reach the geyser basin. For a migration that began weeks ago. The steam from the thermal vents is a welcome sight. But the warmth of the thermals draws in predator and prey. The bison herd arrives at the geyser basin. Beneath the Earth's surface fights against the cold above, sending steam outward, melting the snow and near the thermal has less nutrients. And the long journey to get here took a lot out of the bison. By the time they arrive, they're at their weakest. And wolves are opportunists. They've traveled across the park to greet the bison at the bonfire, just like they do every winter. Taking on a herd of healthy bison at full strength isn't worth the effort. But in their tired, weakened state, with the sun setting, the attack is imminent. Under the cover of darkness, they strike. And by the time the sun rises, The wolves are finishing their meal. They'll eat as much as 20 pounds of meat each on a kill like this. With their bellies full, the wolves will leave the bison herd alone today. Tonight will be a different story. Back at the riverbank, the starving bobcat continues his fight for survival. A muskrat may not taste as good as a duck, but it'll have to do. The semi change soon. It may be a short one.